What's going on, 49er faithful, 49er fam, 49er gang? It's your boy Dion back here with another video for you. Definitely told y'all I was gonna keep y'all up to date on what's going on with our divisional opponents. So I already gave y'all one about the Cardinals. Let y'all know how they were doing and what's going on for them. They on the up and up. Look like they trying to continually improve. Now, definitely hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You know, turn on them post notifications so I can keep you up to date on any and everything San Francisco 49ers. So, I'm going to go ahead and jump right on into this. This one is on the Los Angeles Rams. They got a shiny new stadium. You know, they got to be sharing it with the Chargers. It's going to be beautiful. You know, the Chargers got their new quarterback, Justin Herbert, over there, another Pac-12 guy. You know, as Jared Goff came out of Cal and Justin Herbert's from Oregon. So it's going to be a West Coast thing over there, man. And I'm from LA, so I can dig it. But the Rams? Whoa, talk about getting worse. Jesus. Mother Mary and Joseph. So let me get y'all going with these Rams, man. So this is what happened with the Rams in their offseason. This shit's crazy. So as you know, the year before, what did the Rams do? Rams said, we're going to go all in on Jalen Ramsey. That's the guy, that's the DB to bring us back to prominence. And we're going to mortgage our goddamn future. And to date, they ain't paid that man. So technically speaking, if they don't pay that man, he going to wind up a free agent. And or they're going to have to franchise him and pay him big money either way. So, it don't look too good. So then, because they mortgaged their future, they had to do a lot. Todd Gurley cut. They cut him, man. They cut old Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley is now in Atlanta on a 1-year deal. I was like, ooh, that ain't, that ain't right. Y'all done did that man wrong. So, next thing they did, they traded Brandon Cooks over to the Houston Texans. Now, mind you, the Texans did the dumbest trade of the century by sending DeAndre Hopkins over to Arizona for a bag of peanuts and David Johnson, who was a shell of who he used to be. But Brandon Cooks is now a Houston Texan. Why? Because they ain't got the money to be paying that man. So they said, we got to get you off the books. So next up, Clay Matthews gets cut. You got Nikel Roby-Coleman. He's out of there. Dante Fowler Jr. gone. Corey Littleton. Eric Weddle done retired. What's going on in L.A.? Everybody gone, man. They done lost so many damn people, you wouldn't know what the hell to do with them. So, I'm trying to get this camera right, y'all. Bear with me here. So, I think that's a better angle. Either way, it's going to just be out here. I'm in Arizona. It's hot as a motherfucker, but, you know, you got to get out. You got to walk. You got to breathe. You got to take your time. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep doing what you do. So, the Rams didn't have first-round pick due to Jalen Ramsey. So they had a second-round pick, and they spent it on a running back out of Florida State, Cam Akers. 2,000 yard seasons, 14 TDs in 2019, 4 TDs receiving in 2019. This kid, I looked at him, he's great at breaking tackles. Sorry, this wind is killing me. Great at breaking tackles, good speed, can catch the ball out of the backfield. So it looks like they picked themselves up another Todd Gurley, basically. That's what they did. That's what it looked like to me. It seemed like they said, okay, we got rid of Todd, but we need another Todd, and we need a cheaper Todd. Because they paid Todd Gurley all that money, and right after he got paid, nope, not a lot of production on that one. So, I mean, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And it looks like there was a problem with the knee that wasn't addressed properly. And, hey, you know, this is a league, but it's also a business. So they don't really care about the player from a personal standpoint. Got to be a business decision sometimes. And if you're bad for business and you don't make good money, then, hey, it is what it is. So, next thing up, they got another pick in round 2. Van Jefferson, wide receiver out of Florida. 657 yards, 13.4 yards per catch. And he's pretty much a red zone guy. He's pretty good. He's got some good route running. And, you know, from looking at the tape, he's a red zone dude, though. You know, you get him in there, he's pretty good at catching, you know, winning jump balls and stuff like that. Goes up, tries to high point it. So it's all right. So in round 3, they get this kid, Terrell Lewis, out of Alabama. Now, this dude, he was injured the previous couple years. 2019, he exploded and he was fully healthy. I like what I see from him. He's definitely a good thing off the edge. And I mean, you lose a guy like Clay Matthews Jr., you lose a guy like Dante Fowler, you're going to have to try to find viable replacements for him. This kid don't look too bad. You know what I'm saying? 31 tackles, 6 sacks, 2 passes defense, 11.5 tackles for a loss. He's a sideline-to-sideline guy, man. This is a really good pickup for them. They needed it because they went and let damn near half their defense go. And I may not have touched on everybody that left, but those were just the main guys that I saw just in general. And then they draft another Terrell in round 3. So they draft Terrell Burgess. Terrell Burgess is a safety out of Utah. 81 tackles, 7.5 tackles for a loss, 1 interception, 5 passes defense. He's a good tackler and he's got good read and react skills. So for people who don't really necessarily know too much about football, it's just he knows what he's doing. He knows the play. He can see it. He reacts to it quickly rather than, taking time to develop and understand and diagnose a play as it goes on. He sees it immediately and boom, he just goes straight for the ball. He knows how to read and react very well. So with that being said, we're going to move on. Next guy to get is a tight end, Bryce Hopkins out of Purdue. Now this guy has 61 receptions, 13.6 yards per catch, 7 TDs, and 830 yards receiving. That's some damn good numbers by any stretch of the imagination for a tight end. You know what I'm saying? And he looked pretty good. He looked damn good, man. He looked like he could really do some things. So that's a great pickup for them as well. And they did need a tight end because they didn't have a viable tight end at all, pretty much. The other guy I was talking about that left that I skipped over was Greg Zuerlein. That was their kicker, man. Zuerlein was kicking the shit out that ball for them for years. And where is he? In Dallas with the goddamn Cowboys. So they went ahead and, they had to pick up a kicker. This kid, Sam Sloman, 97% on his extra points, 86.7% on his field goals. Scored about 112 points. That ain't too bad for a kicker, you know what I'm saying? They went ahead and they found their kicker pretty late. Let's see here. Then they got Baylor linebacker Clay Johnston, 58 tackles, 8 tackles for a loss, 2.5 sacks. Clay Johnston didn't look too bad. He looked pretty good. I have to say, he didn't look too bad. He's a sure tackler. Definitely, gonna help them out in their linebacking core. Probably not as good as Dante Fowler or Clay Matthews. But the main issue with the Rams is they don't have a lot of money. They're trying to get cheaper. They went and paid Jared Goff all that fucking money and he ain't gave him a Super Bowl and barely even gave him a goddamn playoff appearance. So it hinders you when you pay the quarterback a ridiculous amount of money. It always has and it always will. So they got Jordan Fuller, the safety out of Ohio State, 62 tackles, 2 interceptions, 4 passes defense, 1 fumble recovery. And he's an opportunist with his interceptions. And the reason that I state that is because he's not a guy that's going to go get the ball and make the interception as far as, playing, up and on someone. His interceptions came off tip drills and dead ducks. If you look at the times he picked the ball off, and I'm not saying that those aren't viable interceptions. Don't get me wrong. Hey, it's the interception is an interception. Don't matter how you get it. Just like a win is a win. Don't matter how you get it. But at the end of the day, if you're looking for a guy that's going to contest the ball and fight for it, that wasn't what he did. He actually wound up in a situation where a lot of tip drills, a lot of dead ducks, and he just seemed to be in the right place at the right time. So you can't be mad at the guy for that. You got to let him be who he is. And, hey, if you're an opportunist and you find those moments, I can't knock you for it. I say go ahead and keep doing it. So the one thing that I will say is that did the Rams get better? Yes. They got a little bit better. They picked themselves up a virtual replacement for Todd Gurley. Nice little replacement for probably Dante Fowler and or Clay Matthews. But are they going to overtake the 49ers? Nope. Not going to jump on that bandwagon. They will not overtake us. They will not beat us. They will not defeat us. The thing with the Rams is that their offense is the problem for themselves. They have to figure out that offense. And they got to figure out if Jared Goff is really worth all that money they done paid him. Because Goff will get into a situation, man, where he'll get sacked too many times, or he'll get flustered, and he doesn't always show up and show out. So, did they get better? Yes, they got a little bit better. Some of the players that they had, they won't be able to replace. You won't have a guy with top end speed like Brandon Cooks. This kid out of Florida more so is a red zone threat. So, you're not going to have that. The running back, like I said, I think that's kind of like a little young Todd Gurley, and that's going to be a good thing for them. But at the end of the day, people, you got to go ahead and do what you got to do. So I will say this: it will be a new season and a new year, and things will be different, but the Rams will not overtake the San Francisco 49ers, just as the Arizona Cardinals will not overtake the San Francisco 49ers. We are that damn good, people, and believe you me, we'll keep proving it. But that's just some of the things that happened with our opponents' draft picks. That was on the LA Rams, and like I said, shiny new stadium, got a new running back, got a couple new things coming in. So we shall see exactly what goes on and what happens. Y'all stay blessed, y'all stay faithful, y'all have a wonderful day, and I'm out.